We've already made it so far, and I think yesterday it was such an exciting day, such high performance coming out of individuals on G2, on Na'Vi. We actually just saw some S tier Counter-Strike, exceptional Counter-Strike, so I'm excited to get today started.
Yeah, and rightfully so, Maniac. I want to look at yesterday, and I want to just start to maybe even recap this for the viewer at home who's potentially watching Counter-Strike not only for the first time, but hopefully not the last time. We can talk about some of the matchups that we saw therein, and well, there were some heartbreaks yesterday.
Yeah, there definitely were some surprises. I think we, even as experts, got really surprised when Big completed destroy phase. That would be step one of all the surprises we've had. They dismantled them. They absolutely crushed phase to pieces. That was it, like a fly on a table. And then you have G2, who actually pulled through against Na'Vi. This one, a little bit less of a surprise. I think it was a little bit up in the air. We have some of the highlights here from that Big versus phase. I mean, everyone from the camp of Big actually rose up to the occasion. They delivered a beautiful performance. We have some highlights from Keto, we have Zentaris, obviously Tapson, the man that we always need to mention with Big. So that was just a crazy performance, to be honest.
And Christine, let's look at this Big clan and let's think about what it is that they've struggled through and where they are now. They are in an upper bracket position, which already right off the get-go helped them, because if you've taken a look at the lower bracket, let me give you a hot tip. It's freaking crazy down there, man.
It is freaking crazy down there for sure. And you know, when Big first came into the tournament, we thought Keto, Searson, how big of an upgrade are they coming from Smooya? But nice. I mean, it seems like it is a huge upgrade, at least right now, because everything seems to be clicking for the Big side. Searson's hitting on all numbers. Tizian, he looks like a fantastic player in there, being that support, doing all the dirty jobs and making Big look as good as they are. So really, I mean, these guys are very practiced. You heard Tapson talking about it in his interview, how much emphasis they've been putting on their prep, and you can absolutely see it pay off in that server, because these guys look polished, they look clean, and they looked completely ready for everything phased through their way.
Yeah, and you know, I want to continue to talk about Big. There's obviously this whole Na'Vi game that we should talk about at some point, but really, to address the elephant in the room, Astralis out, nipped through, and yesterday was an up and down sort of roller coaster of emotions in that matchup, especially for a guy like Twist, who really did have his own words to say about it in the game. More than say about it, he showed it, Matthew.
He definitely did, and trust me, if we were at a major right now, he would get his freaking graffiti. I guarantee you he'd have a graffiti. Because I don't think I've ever seen in recent times a player literally saving his team time and time again like Twist did. He, I believe, had 3 clutches when Astralis were on 15, so they were 1 round away from eliminating an NIP, and he had 3 1vXs back-to-back. That was absolutely insane. He did it with the AWP. I think we even had a clip yesterday where he started the clutch with a Galil, switched over to the AK, and then finished with the AWP. I mean, the guy's doing everything. He can almost just bring you a coffee with it. That was magnificent.
He did,
Twist.
actually, so...
Okay, now we're talking.
Oh.
That has to be the best.
So good.
That's the best freeze frame I've ever had. He comes in with the joke and this just disappears.
That is hilarious. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Should we just continue with the conversation? There you're back.
Hi. Sorry, I had to step in through the void into the matrix. But anyway, I'm back now. I just had to make sure things were looking smoothly for the matches that we have on hand today. And moreover, talking about what we had a little bit of yesterday, I want to talk about G2 and Na'Vi a little bit. A 2-0, and for, well, what was an upper bracket game that does send Na'Vi down to the bottom.
Yeah, and how can I put it? Yesterday I was supposed to work the first game and the third game, and I actually didn't take a break because that game was insane. I just kept on watching Counter-Strike. I watched Counter-Strike all day because there's no way you can miss G2 versus Na'Vi. And I had predicted G2 to win that one, but 2-1, not 2-0, not in that fashion. So, Christine, I don't know what you took from this game, but that was quite insane.
That was insane, and I guess it was pretty disappointing for Na'Vi. Simple didn't show up in the manner that we expect Simple to, but once again, Na'Vi, they're transitioning to this online play. We heard Boomich talking about it in his interview. They seem to be struggling to figure out exactly what the issues are, but you know, G2, they showed us just another level. We knew that their skill ceiling was high, but man, Kenny S showing up and not even top fragging in the server, but being just as impactful as he was, just goes to show exactly how much skill is on this G2 side. You don't need Kenny S to be at the top of the scoreboard to get W's anymore. I mean, you've got Nexa, you've got Hunter. So this entirety of G2 lineup, this project, it's really coming to fruition finally. And I'm excited to see exactly how far they can go.
Yeah, and we talk about, projects that have been exciting throughout 2020. You have to note that Na'Vi is one of those. And of course, with Blade behind the whelm, behind the wheel, the guy that's in charge over there, he's going to be the one that we look to for some answers. And perhaps he's got some for us right here, right now.
When I was playing in Flipside and that team, I couldn't get to my team, to my squad, like the best players that were on that in the region at that time. So I needed to pick someone who was not famous and experienced with like tier 1 status. So we had a limit in Flipside. I needed to pick someone who was not we needed some really famous crazy and experienced skill players like Electronic or Simple. Like more like these players to go further and to be like among top 10 teams, for example. I think everyone wants to join Na'Vi someday. It's the biggest organization in the region. And of course, if you speak about CSGO, the best players in the region right now are here. So yeah, it was like a huge goal. And if you speak about Gambit, yeah, it was a short period of time and really tough circumstances. Like we lost 2 players; they wanted to leave even before I was joining the team, and we didn't have a lot of budget for buying like the best players in the region. So the only way was to get some young players, and this plan is about like long period strategy. You need to teach the players and you need to wait until they get some experience, and as I said, it was a long journey. That's why I was choosing Na'Vi. Yeah, overall I think at this point of time I'm much more useful as a coach than an esports director, because I was a player for a long time, and I think everyone has ambitions about this, to be the best in something you were doing like for a long time. And the most easiest way to explain is you need to organize everything like in each lineup. I think the most useful tool is your manager, and I think my job was to supervise managers of each lineup and to tell them what to do, to correct them if they're doing something wrong. It can be everything, like boot camps, transfers, like practice, the schedule, everything. That's what I was trying to do. Boomage in our squad. You need at least half a year of playing on this level, of constant analyzing everything that he's doing to become the really good IGL. Mostly I built the system around him, tried to teach him how to understand the game, to understand the rotations, how to manipulate with rotations on both sides. But also I tried to listen to his ideas. At the moment I think it's like 80 to 20%, like where I try to teach him and he tells some ideas and try to build something with his ideas. I want our team to at least to repeat the Astralis success, at least. And I think I will do everything I can to reach this goal.
So the manager of managers is basically what Blade is saying he was doing in his former role, but right now he finds himself trying to coach and steer that of a Na'Vi that has not found the footing within at least the Dreamhack Masters Spring 2020. In fact, they are no more here with us. So that's that. That is the end of the run for Na'Vi, and that's unfortunate if I'm mistaken.
Are you sure of that information?
No, I'm wrong. I'm very wrong.
Are they not going to play against the winner of Fnatic Mad Lions?
Yeah, you know what? Just to clarify that, let's just bring the brackets up so we can just like make sure that I don't stumble that one around anymore. You guys are right. They were in the upper bracket. I guess I'm just always used to a comeback story from Na'Vi. For some reason, they always just like to start with their backs against the wall. And guess what? Now they head down to the lower bracket where they're going to be facing the winner of Fnatic and Mad Lions, which happens to be one of the matches today, the first match of the day. We look at this bracket overall. Christine, what do we see?
I mean, we see, let's start with Na'Vi. You mentioned it. They kind of put themselves in a position to make that comeback happen. And you know what? They're looking postured to do just that. Perfecto, he had a good day yesterday, so he's finally getting integrated. I'm looking very much forward to Na'Vi making that comeback. And FaZe Clan, we saw them get knocked out. And now they've got to wait down there in the lower bracket, wait for the winner of Vitality versus NIP. So, I mean, FaZe, they've got a couple days to get themselves ready. BMS, he was looking a little, you could see that he is absolutely the newer player coming in, but he's once again got those mechanical skills to kind of pull him out of this ditch that he's in this FaZe Clan.
Yeah, this boom ditch. Oh, different clan. Anyway,
Different
look,
clan.
what we need to do in this moment is thank those that made it possible. And while I may look a little pixelated, I may look like I'm in Minecraft right now, I'm not. So I can just move aside and show you these beautiful logos and thank the people that made this very much happen. Corsair, Monster Energy, Intel, DTS, Betway, of course, AT&T. We haven't forgot about you either, Sarah, even though you do absolutely nothing for this show. Of course, we're going to come back for Fnatic and Mad Lions, Vitality versus NIP, and then to finish it all out today will be G2 versus Big. Fnatic, Mad Lions, we'll be right back. So we have arrived at the first matchup of the day here for the Dreamhack Masters Spring 2020. It's going to feature Fnatic and, lo and behold, the Mad Lions that could. Mad Lads at that, especially when they go to take on Fnatic, who seem to be a little bit mad of their own, not seeking vengeance so much, but a knife at every corner of the game. You've always got to be aware of it. You always got to be just ready for when Flusher or JW are sneaking up, creeping up right behind you with the knife out. But for us, and by us, I do mean Christine, I do mean Matthew, we're ready to talk a little bit of counter. We're ready to talk about the Fnatic Mad Lions game on hand. Let's start this conversation around these dates. Let's talk about Mad Lions.
All right, well, you say it's not a revenge match. Actually, it kind of is, because the last time these two teams met, Mad Lions got the better of Fnatic. That was over last spring. They won 16-10 on Mirage, on the back of a magnificent B side specifically, and we had Bubsky flying high at 34 kills. 34 kills in regulations. He completely destroyed them. So, you know, it's going to be on him to do a similar performance, and I'm not exactly sure that can happen.
Yeah, Bubsky, he has gotten a little bit more quiet here in these last few weeks as Lions kind of turned the ship. We have to remember that first week when Mad Lions was here, they looked rusty. They didn't look like the dominant Mad Lions that we saw at Flashpoint in the grand finals versus MIBR. So certainly Lions, they've turned the ship around. They've made those strides to make improvements, get out of the funk of the rust, and they're showing up. But Bubsky, he has been a little bit more quiet, but you know, he's shifting his identity just slightly. He was that aggressive whole W religion type of guy, and now we're seeing him throw in a lot of variety, a lot of depth into his play. He's starting to lurk around a little bit more across the map, so he's not quite as aggressive as he used to be, and that might play a little bit of a role in his stats.
And Christine, you say the words rust, and I just got to say that the new update, it's okay. It's not that bad. You should go give it a try.
Okay.
But not
you do
right
play
now.
Rust.
From time to time, I've been known to do a little bit of base rating in my day, not of any success, but you know who has success is A-Core. This is a guy that's found success. We actually had that opportunity to talk to him the other day when he came on to talk to us on the show, and we're kind of putting a pound for pound comparison with Device. How about that for a conversation, Maniac?
Whoa, okay. I think we should slow down our horses just a little bit. A-Core and Device. Fair enough. A-Core has been doing great with the lineup, and when Mad Lions started to make waves, I think he was the number one player that we had in mind. To me, he was a huge surprise. His clutching abilities, mechanical skills, how he was playing with the AWP, that was fantastic. But I do believe that under pressure, he might be prone to cracking just a little bit. I think it gets to him sometimes. When the stakes get really high, then he has tendency to disappear a little bit or not to take this responsibility. But I mean, you know, he's still quite young in his top level career. So there's some great flashes, definitely, but I'm still waiting for that Device consistency. That's not a name that we can just throw around like this. I mean, it's
not. It's weird. It's like when Harry said that Zipex Obo is the NA Zipex. I'm sitting here.
Yeah, that was the same thing. We shouldn't do that.
That's so deep, Harry Russell. How have you possibly manufactured this in your brain? Well, one thing that I could talk about, though, or rather hear from, would be the Mad Lions, who have plenty to say going into this game.
First map was Mirage against Spirit, and we had a pretty good idea of how they were gonna play. But they have a really aggressive play style. It feels like they really like to take gambles and just rush random stuff. So I mean, they caught us off guard a few times, and it made it a bit hard to close out the game. But luckily, in the end, we managed to shut it down. So overall, it was a pretty good map for us.
They might be ready for. He's only going to be able to put up one. The Glock's overwhelmed him. And checked eventually. Astillion goes down. Stumdar Young holding it down from Cat, and Magic just barreling in through the market.
We actually didn't expect Spirit to pick Nuke, but I mean, we are also really comfortable on Nuke. So I mean, we ended up having a really good CT side. We had a pretty good idea of how they were going to play and what to do. And I think we adapted really well in this game because they had some success on hitting inside, and we adapted pretty good to that. I mean, we took it in the end, so I'm really happy with this win. Really, really happy.
Earlier on in this first half of play, Team Spirit now well and truly back into the swing of things. This is where Roy looks to make a bit of a return to his aggressive streak outside. Looking for a bit more, and somehow still standing tall, rather. That's the third for Roy. Astillion has fallen all the way back. He does get bested, but there's the repeat.
We beat Fnatic last time we played them, but it was only a best of one, so I mean, I think it's definitely going to be harder to take them down when we are facing them here in a best of three, but I think the big game changer could be maybe the veto. I think they have not the best veto for us, so I think it's going to be a really fun match. I definitely think it's going to be going 3 maps. We have a pretty good idea of how they're playing, and we have actually practiced them a lot in the past months as well, so I mean, I think Fnatic needs to be ready for us because this tournament is really, really important for us. I mean, we're going to give everything we have to take this one.
So you want Fnatic to be ready for you, which is a scary sentiment to leave us with. Moreover, if you want to consider yourself, within this game and within being the underdog or the underlion, I should say, you might even become the mauled lions if you lose it. Now, we take a look at Fnatic. This side has some punch to pack, and moreover, they have. We've even seen Brolin get involved in the antics and get involved in some of the craziness that we've seen coming out of the Fnatic camp. Christine, let's talk about your take on where Fnatic is currently.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Brolad even, he's starting to show that Fnatic flair, getting involved in those knife kills. So, I mean, certainly this is a much more confident-looking Fnatic, especially yesterday, versus that first week that we saw them coming out at Dreamhack Masters. I mean, they look, dare I say, rusty. Once again, this is type Fnatic looking very much like Na'Vi, kind of struggling with that transition to this online play, but they've all kind of banded together and they've decided to take on that boot camp, and you can absolutely see it pay off because this Fnatic yesterday, they showed up in absolute strides. They were looking confident. JW, same storyline with Kenny S. He was at the bottom of the scoreboard, but still, Fnatic, they looked good.
Yeah, and Maniac, I want to look at this Fnatic lineup, and we could talk about these guys till we're blue in the face. And for some years, we've been talking about Flusha, JW, Crims, and now even Golden, Brolin starting to, get past that year's mark. I think we have a team right here, but it's a team that often finds themselves stumbling on themselves.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I do believe that the shift from offline to online Counter-Strike probably hit them harder than it did Mad Lions. Because as you say, these people, they've been around for years now. Most of them have played on the biggest stage. They've won the craziest trophies, and it might be a bit harder to actually focus yourself and give that 150% when you move on to online CS. So I do believe that moving into bootcamp, as we heard from Brolin in the interview, that really made a change for them. I think it helped them getting the right mindset. It helped them, again, thinking like competitors, thinking like winners. Because let's remember, Fnatic, they're in the top 3 in Counter-Strike ranking right now. They are one of the 3 best teams in the world. But when you're sitting at home and you're playing online, you might have to think, oh man, we got to play it. All right, okay, let's do this. But that's not, it's not the case anymore. Now they're online, they're activated, they're in a boot camp, and we're going to see a different Fnatic.
Yeah, we're going to see a different Fnatic. Will we hear a different Fnatic? We started with Brolin the other day. Perhaps they can continue to impress us right here, right now.
Our win versus Complex on Train, that we had a good run on the T side, that we played quite comfortable. I think we were pretty confident on that T side.
Gamble towards that B bomb site. Brolin going to double back, and he'll spot everything. He'll uncover the terrible trues and doing damage, finding config low, dropping the bomb with the AWP. This might be another eco win for Fnatic after all.
Taking a kill onto JW. Obo's doubled up, but he does get traded. Brolin is making this round feel possible. Brolin and Golden, the 2 players left in the hot seat now.
Our nuke is, I think it's kind of okay if I say so. It's not comfortable so much, but it's, I think we're pretty stable on that map, but I think it was just our communication that were bad on the city sides, and I think our city sides on nuke haven't been that good lately.
He's jumped. Oh no! For the knife, and he does get this out.
Or Mirage, we have been fixing a bit of city side. We have changed a lot. It felt it was our first official with it, and it felt quite good and quite comfortable. And we're all very good in middle part. So yeah, our city side were very good, and as T side we lost the pistol with the bomb. So we like to force up with the Galils, and we won that round. And after that we got some rounds, and then we won the game. So
Smoking the Molotov to get out of Palace. He's put York down low. He'll finish the job, and they might just finish the map. 2 players left in the wings here. Brave giving it a go. Good damage, but it's a trade immediately from Russia, and with 2 low HP players.
All the way back in CT. Now there's a timing where Rush can find this 1v1, but he's none the wiser.
No.
Oh dear.
we're gonna prepare for Mad Lions. That we're always gonna prepare as any team, but we knew that they are very good in middle players. They like to take much duels, so I think we need to just be ready and be confident with our aim dueling it, trying to meet them and not try to do the not comfortable, I guess, in the play styles. So yeah, that's mostly.
You ever just woke up and had that feeling that, you know, you're gonna play a team today and you're gonna absolutely devastate them? And on what maps are we gonna do it on, though? We kind of have that luxury because we are Fnatic. I've never woke up like that, but perhaps Fnatic and JW did today as we look at what the vetoes are. We're talking about YW, not JW. They don't use J's over there. So let's talk about the maps, at least what to expect or what it's going to be. And I know that there's going to be some curveballs here. So Maniac, let's see it.
Okay, so here we have it. A ban from Dust 2, Mad Lions, ban from Vertigo. I would have wanted Fnatic to remove Vertigo. Mad Lions go for Nuke. Obviously, that was my point. Fnatic should have or could have flowed the Vertigo to remove Nuke. That would have been the pick for Mad Lions. Train for Fnatic makes sense. And Mirage. Mirage at the third map is like the epitome of both of these teams matchup. They both are very good on Mirage. That's going to be a banger of a third map if we get there. But I don't know who this veto favors. Maybe Mad Lions just a tad?
I gotta say, I do think that this favors Mad Lions just slightly, which is strange because Roy mentioned that in the veto, this might be challenging for themselves. But we have to remember Fnatic yesterday versus Complexity, Nuke was the map that they struggled the most on. So I think this is a nice punish pick coming out of Lions for that Nuke, but also this is a comfort pick for Mad Lions as well.
Yeah, and it's strange enough, we do have our maps, and if I look at it, you guys are probably right. I mean, that's why you're brought here. You're analysts, you're experts. You are the ones that master your craft in your field, and I respect that opinion. I respect, moreover, the detail and attention to detail that you give to things such as the map veto that I think are kind of going away in a fashion of being of prominence, where we just kind of, we unveil it and look at this, and this is what it is. I think it's more so that we have so many best of threes now that this is just the best of three that we're giving Maniac.
I agree with you. I think the videos specifically in BO3s tell a story that is so interesting. Like you can actually get access to the leaders in the mind. How do they approach the video? Are they going to punish someone? Do they go for the comfort zone? Where is the trump card that they are going to use? So yeah, I agree with you. I think the video in the best of three is very interesting. Whereas in BO1, I would just throw it to the curb and just try to have the map straight up. But BO3 is very cool.
Yeah. And for the love of Christmas, we're going to leave Trump out of this one. So let's talk a little bit about what you can do in Twitch chat. Speaking of votes, let's go ahead and get you to do that. Head over there to Twitch chat. Hashtag Fnatic. Hashtag Mad Lions. Oh, I'm looking the wrong way. Hashtag Mad Lions. Hashtag Fnatic. And we're going to be ready to jump into this game when we come back. One best of three right here in one of these teams. Well, they're going to have to fight for a lifeline in the lower brackets of the Dreamhack Master Spring 2020. BRB, y'all.
Flashbang's affected. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mouseballs alive.
Oh, Chris! He's found three! It's down to a 2-on-2! Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my god!
Can they actually close this out? Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mouseballs.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Back again, baby. Look at me now, I'm back to basic. I'm here to unfold. I'm a story untold, yeah. I wanna go somewhere far, far away, yeah. Can't you see now, can't you see? That I feel so free. Feel so free. Yeah, I feel so free. I feel so free.
dog days of the Dreamhack Master Spring 2020. Look at him go. He's all dressed up, ready to roll. And by dressed up, I mean he's got a headset on. Timo, can you hear us, buddy? Reporting in live. Look at him. He is so bewildered and so terrified right now, but I'm sure that he's not the only one. Mad Lions also probably scared to death. And that's because Fnatic's still on the other side of the server in this best of 3. We know our maps. It's going to be Nuke, Train, Mirage. We also know that we asked you to participate in a Twitch poll. Now, what Timo's, I guess, prediction would have been is up in the air. We don't really know. Perhaps our resident Timo whisperer, which is Christine, could tell us, but we could actually go down to her right now. Christine, I'm not sure that you can hear me, but
I can hear you.
Who does he go for? Who is Timo pulling for in this one?
Timo's going for Fnatic.
And, you know, Timo might be right. And why might he be right, Maniac?
Listen, he's right because he shared the same opinion as I do. I think that's all the justification you need. I was going to go for Fnatic too. 1+1, you know?
Yeah, 1+1 does equal 2 or 3 sometimes, just depending on how you stretch it. Either way, yeah, Fnatic being the heavy favorite in this one. And I don't think anyone can refute that. Even Timo, look at him back there. Yeah.
How am I supposed to remain serious when I see this beautiful doggy?
Why do we even need to remain serious? Twitch vote, they know what's going on. Let's just take a look at those numbers. They didn't get to vote on Timo because I guarantee you they would have. Fnatic is what they voted on. And we continue to watch a little bit of what's going on in Christine's entire life. Now for us, we also get to watch a matchup. Doggo has to go away, and so do we. I'm going to have to cut you guys off right here and start to introduce our commentators so we can jump into the game. Thank you, Timo. Thank you, Christine. And, of course, thank you, Matthew, for one of the best death segments I've ever been a part of right away, right off the top. Let's go ahead and bring in those commentators. We've got Harry and Hugo. They are sitting ready. And, of course, Harry representing that of Sweden. I do want to know, I do have to ask, how long have you been working with the effects?
Not long at all, Trace. It was very easy. I already had the flag set up. I had a rolling slideshow of Fnatic on hand. So it was pretty much just taking things I already had. Hang on, I'll lean over here. I'll grab this as well. This is like an honorary mention to the Fnatic boys. You know, they love a knife, right? So I want to pull this out. I'm really bringing my A game today.
You are certainly doing that. But Hugo, a man of such eloquent and point words. Hugo, what are we looking at? Mad Lions? Are they going to be the mauled Lions by the end of the series?
I don't think so, Trace. I'm banking on the Lions here. I know Harry's a bit of a Swede-sation, but I'm leaning the way of the Danes. Either way, thank you for all your work, and we'll let you go take a break, take a lie down on the beanbags.
You guys didn't even ask me my prediction. This feels so unfair.
I wonder, Harry, which way you're leaning today. It's nice that you got your desktop background at least here for everyone else to see, but yeah, why do you lean the way of the Swedes?
I don't know, man. Fnatic, right? They went on that astronomical rise. They hit like #1 in the world for all of 10 seconds, and then they drop back off, right? But I'm thinking, Hugo, that they're back on the right track. If I'm being honest, right? We started to see some signs of confidence from them once again. I think they're keen to get built back up to where they were, and. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Coming into this, I am somewhat worried because Fnatic obviously have had time periods where they've just kind of underwhelmed us and haven't stacked up to where we hold this team. But I don't know, man. What I saw yesterday kind of got me feeling confident for Fnatic again. And this pistol round's already underway. It's going to be a fast play down towards ramp for Mad Lions, but it's Crims to open up with a kill out at that A bomb site. Flusher does get overwhelmed down at B. And now the bomb plant can come through for the Dane.
Yeah, nice methodical clearing in the secret, opening the doors as the players come down the stairs. It's essentially a triple peek into those two players. Roy with a double. Crims hits the worst timing possible as he strafes into everyone. And JW just runs away with all his loot. And I think he's realized, yeah, it's the A site. They've gone up the vent. We're at least one step ahead. But even with the kit picked up with a pistol round 1-on-3, it's not going to be easy as he can hope for, I can imagine. Bubsky's tagged. JW's going to drop, and now they know exactly where he is.
He does shut down Bubsky, but the trade is immediate from Shush. And so Mad Lions, they are going to go ahead and grab themselves that pistol round. Good start here from the Danes. They're looking to get off to a good start in this map, but
One thing I think that's really worrying, Harry, is when we look at Nuke as a map pick. I mean, as the guys on the desk said, like this is not only, I think, a punish pick for Mad Lions, but also a comfort pick. They do love Nuke. They're Danish. It's in their blood. But Fnatic, right? They've typically been okay on this map in the past, but recently they've really been struggling. The other day they lost to Spirit 16-3, and that was a 12-round T-side from Spirit on this map. And since that game, Fnatic are on a 4-loss streak on Nuke, like dominant losses against teams that really shouldn't be beating them here. So that's something to worry about, especially when you know Mad Lions are not like a massive underdog in this series, right? Those Betway odds were neck and neck. We know Mad Lions love this map. We know that they've been on the rise as of late. And so that's why I do think this one's really, really worrying looking at the maps for Fnatic. Pissed around doesn't turn their way, but they're looking to force up in the second, and they do at least find an AK around Secret. A man up, but the B site has been lost.
They're going to try and get into this site, and tucked over at the back of the cubby, you're looking at a man named Acor. He's ready to swing out late, and he's just spotted a player in Decon. Now, he's not going to commit to any fight yet. There's a crossfire set up between Asilian and Shush as well, and this should be a near-on impossible round for Fnatic to get back into, and that's exactly what it ends up being. JW is just going to try and hold on to the AWP. At Mad Lions, they will get this conversion. They're going to go 2-0 up. Odds are that 3-0 lead is to follow.
Yeah, sadly not quite the AWP that's getting saved here, Harry. Sadly, it's only a scout. So Fnatic are not going to be all too happy about these weapons that they get out, or the soul weapon. But not much they can do but wait for that loss bonus. It's going to be another hard eco here from the Swedes. Mad Lions off to a strong start on their map pick in the series. And, well, of course, if you are just joining us, you don't know the pool. We do have Train coming up after this one, and Mirage as a potential third if we need to go there. And again, you know, if you're worried for Fnatic, you look at that win percent on Mirage, 36 win percent for this team. Yikes. I wouldn't let the numbers completely rule your life in a game like this, especially in Scandinavian matchups. I feel like so much goes out the window. Bubsky, he made the vent dive earlier. Brolin didn't realize and tries to pop down. It's only USPs, remember, so, you know, no real fear for Brolin as he goes for that play, and Mad Lions will punish it. They're actually walking into a B stack, but again, no weapons for Fnatic, so more than a couple of kills. Oh, maybe Crims, he's dropped 2. There's a low player. He puts him down to 8, but Crims can't finish the job. Maybe JW can. A smoke and a scout. Not quite the typical weaponry on this retake, but they're actually going to boost up for a fight. I love that idea for Mad Lions. They don't want to plant. They'd rather just get the kill, and they scavenge the AKs as well. 3rd round taken, albeit a little bit dicey.
Yeah, ain't nobody ready for that boost that Mad Lions throw on in. And now we get to see the first 4-buy round from Fnatic, and this is where, you know, it's gonna start to feel a bit more exciting. This is where we get to see how this Fnatic defense stacks up against the Mad Lions. And I think, you know, already seeing Crims getting off to a good start, that gets me excited. Over here towards outside, Golden and JW going to try and hold it down against the outside push. JW doubling up has left Fnatic in a very good spot in this round. The orb's been retrieved by Asilian, and Shush has dealt with Golden. Still the man advantage residing with Fnatic, and a preemptive rotation down towards B from JW. He's over towards ramp right now. That's not where Mad Lions are looking like they want to end up. They've sent Shush on a bit of a scouting mission, a bit of a reconnaissance mission over here towards Heaven.
Fnatic, they got so much info. They should know exactly what's going on right now in terms of where this play is ending up. They're not really playing lower, but the gamble is good, and Broder's got a read. He hits the shot too, dropping the bomb. Nice clear from Roy, finding Crims in the door. He knows Broder's still here, but are they ready for JW? He's crawling, climbing up the ladder. Shush is turned. Oh, a little look back. Shush, that's so quick, man. This guy... Oh, he's pretty good at video games, I hear, Harry. The man who also is his flusher, but he can't even get up the vent. Shush with 4, finds the orb, and locks in another round for Mad Lions. What on earth is he doing? 8, 0, and 0. They'll take it.
We got the opportunity to see a bit of a nade stack in this round, but Yeah, this isn't the ideal start for the Swedes. Mad Lions, they are coming in hot today. And Acor, all right, don't really know how that one was in the kill. He didn't go and drop the nade out. I think he wanted to jump through that, yeah. Ooh, just rolls it along the ground like it's bowling. And sadly, there we go. He does follow up the second time around. Golden back in CT, realizes that they are starting to come his way, so he's tried to set up with this Deagle. Has a crossfire with a man named Flusher, who also resides down in Hell right now. And Flusher has players right next to him, but hasn't gone... sorry, it hasn't been noticed yet, rather. This is such a weird round, man. It's like a real stalemate over here. And Flusher doesn't know that they're wrapping around him. Oh, no, but they don't know that Flusher's here either. Golden's like scratching his head, wondering how they got by because they crouched underneath his crosshair to get into Hell. Roy's down in B with the bomb. The other two for Mad Lions are in secret. This is all over the place, but the bomb plant's going to come on through. And Fnatic are left in this 3v3 retake, kind of bewildered as to how exactly this round has gone down the way it has.
The bomb plant's a big risk, but the reason Roy gets away with it is he makes that realization that the Fnatic had no idea what was going on. And why should they? Golden, like you said, lets them pass without realizing. And so Fnatic had no 1B. They weren't expecting the quick plant. So this retake is not going to be easy. They've got a gun. Brolin might opt to save. Does he want to fight the orb? Yes, but it will be regret and nothing but. Crims can't find anything. And Acor on 4, putting Mad Lions on 5. This is an excellent T side. And this is a little bit what I was worried about, Harry. I know we've only had one gun round, so I am maybe molding a bit early, but you know, Fnatic, they got absolutely decimated by Spirit on the CT side of this map. They couldn't find anything. It was just fast rounds like this, and yeah, Fnatic, they've got another buy-in, they've got the double orb, but you know, Flash are going straight for it in round number 6. You can already tell Fnatic are feeling the pain. Have they got a solution to this?
They think outside aggression might seem to be the solution, but Golden gets a little blindsided by the fact that they're so close. And while JW is there to trade and put this back into a 4-on-4, Mad Lions, they're just quicking through secret, and they're going to beat Crims to the punchline down at B. He gets one before he's traded, but that's pretty much the end of the road for him in this round. And now Bubsky lurking out into the A site, gets that kill, and on the back of it, the bomb comes rotating up. Mad Lions, they love a bit of misdirection, don't they, Hugo? These guys, so I really enjoy watching them on Nuke. Flusher and JW left in a double AWP retake, and it's probably just going to be a save. You can already see that Flusher's kind of leaning out of the bomb site. They get that one kill, but Asilian quickly responds. JW, God, what fancy thing is he going to try and do to get away with this then? Drops the smoke. It's a bit of an ugly smoke, and yeah, he's just going to back away. Hold on to the AWP. Mad Lions 6-0 up right now.
Yeah, I've just got in the back of my mind that like game with Acor and the AWP dropping like 38 on this map the other day, and just rancid stuff. Mad Lions don't let their foot off the gas, and there is a saved AWP for JW. He does a lot in that round, but unfortunately his team can't stand behind him. Crims, you know, unfortunate, down in secret, right? He comes through vent. He tries to get in a position on the stairs to take a kill and drop off here. He gets one, but the swing is so quick they catch him, you know, repositioning, and that's everything towards B. Because if you think about these previous rounds where Mad Lions have had B plants, Fnatic have almost never had anyone there apart from that USP stack where they just gamble, rotate. They've just been punished on B every single time. So Crims being in that position, maybe if he can stand tall, if he can get a kill and fall back, he can hold on to B, and that might be an entirely winnable round for Fnatic. But trading equally sounds okay. Not really what Fnatic need in this instance. Mad Lions are 6-0 up. They are rocking the board. They are finding multi-kills. And Fnatic, they're broke once again. 6-0 lead with another eco coming through. Of course, these rounds on CT Nuke, I'd say are so winnable. And of any map you're playing, like these are the ones, this is the map rather, that you want to have these kind of buys. So Fnatic, they can certainly get something done. Let's see what their game plan is.
Well, JW's taken that AWP down through the vent and now to secret stairs, and this could be perfectly timed because the standard little outside smokes are getting thrown up and over now from Mad Lions. And these are the ones that just facilitate the cross into secret. So they'll molly JW back, but this is where Mad Lions are looking to end up right now. They are going to be running into this AWP. What can JW do? He's got to put on a real show here. First man falls. It's Roy. Taking one for the team. JW is just going to fall on back and get out of there. Now, while this is going on, the rest of Fnatic tried to pressure the lobby, and it's not gone their way, but Brolin holding on to the vent. He does snipe one down before getting out of harm's way. And this A site now looking to be the object of desire. Oh, Brolin just about gets away from that nade. Bomb plant coming in for Mad Lions, but they are a man down here. And so they got to be careful. Bubsky's going to go back and keep an eye on the lobby. Golden is about to come this way. And Bubsky's going to mop him up with ease. So 2 players in main, 1 up in heaven. They're still looking to give this a go. And Brolin and JW, they've done the damage. It's all on to Bubsky. He's got to ace it if Mad Lions want to find this round. Now, Fnatic, they're on the bomb. They've got to stick it, and Bubsky finds the burst. Oh, the spam's coming in, but he's not able to get the kills required. He planted there with the intention of, like, having a lineup through the hut. That's a very cool idea. I don't think I've seen that.
And the worst part about that, the player defusing Harry was sub 20 health. Like, Bubsky was so close to hitting that player. I'm sure when he watches his VOD back, he's going to realize, you know, how painfully close that was to winning the round. Even a couple of bullets would have pushed it over the line there. Nice try from Bubsky. Like said on the desk, we've been seeing him, really develop as a player and fall into like new roles. Like, he lurks a lot on the T side of this map. We've already seen him sit T roof. In that round, he was back lobby waiting for the ramp push. He's always catching Fnatic out on these solo positions. And Mad Lions, they will finally lose a round. That's, if anything, a good thing. I want a competitive game. That's not competitive, Bubsky. That's just not fair. JW getting shocked with the smoke. Yeah, JW known to mess around on those ladders with the AWP. So I think that's something Mad Lions are certainly going to be ready for. Are they ready for Flusher, however?
Oh, this is such a tense fight that's about to go down. The Molotov goes out and they try and push through it. Flusher just lines them both up. Oh dear. They tried to get ahead of the curve there, right, and deal with Flusher as he's got utility still kind of in his hand as he's switching back to the M4, and that just doesn't work the way they were hoping. This round kind of falls apart on the back of it, and it's Brolin with a double kill, joining the likes of Flusher over towards ramp to put this second round on the board for Fnatic. And with it, they have broken down the economy of Mad Lions. So they're in a bit of an awkward spot here over on the T side. The money is kind of mismatched. And so likely just going to be like a partial investment on the players that maybe have a little bit more, right? Like Roy and Bubsky, they can maybe look to stick a little bit more into this round.
Yeah, I mean, that stat certainly shown in the scoreline, and of course JW is the AWPer, so I feel like that's not really too much of a surprise right now, but yeah, it needs to change. It can't continue as Fnatic look to build into this game. Couple of rounds though, that will do it as we look at this economy really fall apart for Mad Lions. Where do they want to go and how fast do they want to do it? Probably a quick one where we see some Deagles here, so they can play off of picks if they want. Got the door nade for Bubsky. I'd assume that's where that's going, and he might try and vent dive. He doesn't have the bomb, but it won't be following him. It's just Bubsky dropping quick. I think he wanted to hit the ladder there, as now they've heard it. But Fnatic have already seen him go down this position before, so they've just got to be very aware of a potential B flank. Flusher's probably the only man to need to worry about that right now. He's got more on his plate. Players rushing through this position, falling back with the util, and he will drop the bomb. That's huge. No. Cillian going on his own. That is the last thing Mad Lions wanted here, as now the bomb has completely been lost. Luckily, Bubsky's coming in from lower, but Crims is found, and Bubsky gets the kill. JW rotating into ramp side with another, and Flusher overwhelmed on B. This is turning out to be a very good eco round for Mad Lions.
Oh, that kill there just feels so pivotal, right? The fact that Golden's able to win it now leaves Fnatic with the man advantage. You've taken away the bulk of the firepower that Mad Lions had, and you leave it all onto A4 now. He should get shut down. He's done a lot of damage, but hasn't been able to find the kills needed. The nade was there to finish the deal, but Brolin's bullet does it first. And so Fnatic, they are going to find that third round. Get the retake off down towards B. It got a little bit worrying for a moment there. But Fnatic are quick to regain control in the retake.
Building into this game, at least, not getting completely run through, which is always a bit of a worry when the T side starts off with like a 5-0 lead, right? When they get those pistols and they win the first couple of gun rounds, that's when you get really worried for the CT side on Nuke. But Fnatic, they've recovered really at the point they had to. Otherwise, this game might just be lost in the first half. So, ooh, Golden risking it all outside against the AWP. The flash is good though; it'll keep them back. Mad Lions post back up, and Acor's hitting the shot every time. The early advantage coming through for Mad Lions, add it to the tally. Flusher falls back from ramp. He doesn't want to be aggressive in this mid-round, especially not after Mad Lions have conceded that outside control. They throw the smokes, but I don't think we'll see many, if any, players crossing behind them. Roy's going to go for it, but no one else will move here for Mad Lions. It's a bit of a fake. They love these, these fakes. So sending Fnatic down towards B in this one with 2 players. That's a big kill from JW. I think he saw the feed as he shoots Roy through the smoke. And Mad Lions, they wanted to crunch A off the back of that flank, but now it's going to be a lot harder.
Oh dear, Brolet double Molotov'd out, and that's him removed as he commits to that spray. And oh dear, on the back of that kill coming in, JW drops out of Heaven. Now, his role in Heaven, he was meant to be the man rotating to ramp if needed. He commits to the A site instead. It's not the end of the world because Flush is already down here inside of B, and he's able to get this early information. JW now joins him in through the vent. Crims gets bested though. JW quick off the trigger. He's going to spot a second man as well. He doesn't know the whereabouts of Acor just yet, but Acor is trapped here in the cubby, trying to isolate these engagements. And I like this reposition from Flusher. He's going to go back, look to group up with JW as they try and play with one another. And it feels like they've got a good idea where this orb could be. JW does get blindsided by him, and now it's all on to Flusher in the 1v1, but he holds his own. And the defuse is going to come on through. Fnatic, they'll find this 4th round. And I'm liking what we're seeing right now. You know, Fnatic getting back to looking like their usual selves a little bit later into this first half. It was worrying early on because it looked like Mad Lions were just going to come on in and completely lock them out. But we want a competitive game, Hugo.
Yes, we do, Harry. JW does as well. He feels like he's the only player. I don't want to say the only player for Fnatic because they are winning rounds, but he's really making it happen, man. He's always finding these opening kills. Not just with orbs as well, with shotguns too. Sadly not in this game, but we'll see what happens moving on. Maybe we'll see some sort of T-side vent action. Who knows? I'd be all for it. But right now, Mad Lions there for a pause as they take a bit of a breather before this buy round. Money's good. Won't have the AWP, but everything else is available. And Fnatic are going to continue to run that solo AWP on JW. No secondary from Flusher. He's been playing that ramp, and with the way that Mad Lions have been playing, running a double AWP into this is not the solution. Because there's just so much rotating and so much faking that Fnatic are constantly going to need to switch positions. And running 2 AWPs is only going to limit you when you are inevitably left in the retake. Golden's taken up Secret instead. JW's actually got the AWP on ramp and he's pushing. There's no one here. Mad Lions are late to the lobby, so this push could be perfectly timed from JW.
Oh, only the tag. And while this has gone on, his teammates have tried to pressure the lobby with him. They haven't exactly fared well. Acor has completely torn this A site open. Wow. And my goodness, Fnatic, they try and get a little cute with it. They try and go for the lobby play. And JW, well, he did damage, but no one else really lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, that's such an unlucky one. Like, Mad Lions are so ready for it, which I think is a surprising thing after they see JW on the back. Like, no one panics, no one turns around. They just stay on their positions. Oh my, what a shot from JW, but it's unfortunately going to be all in vain. Acor gets a free AWP with 4 kills in the round. He is nuts, Harry. The fact that this guy can rifle that well while still being the primary AWPer, and like, undoubtedly the reason on this team is his AWPing. Like, it's sick, but he's still able to put up entry rounds like that. Ooh. That's a spanner in the works for Fnatic, and Mad Lions continue to build on this T side. Fnatic on another low buy. It's been some time, and Bubsky's going for it again. He's not been punished doing this all damn game long, and that is a bit of a problem for Fnatic, something they definitely need to work on if they want to move forward. Right now, Mad Lions, they're moving forward all right. They're moving quick towards Secret.
Yeah, and while this has gone on, Bubsky had already vent dived in the beginning of the round, so he's set up in the vent very, very quickly. Crims and Flusher have both rotated in, and there's even a third man, Golden, but he only just gets to the ramp and is already shut down. Mad Lions, they were ready for the stack down at B. Crims, he's been here all round, and they just, oh my goodness, it is a slaughter. Mad Lions, they're not too happy with Fnatic right now. You know, Fnatic put those few rounds together on the board. They take that 4 in a row. And since then, Mad Lions have come back with a real ferocity, and there's not really been much of a response from Fnatic.
No, I mean, every pistol round, the Mad Lions have rushed lower with guns. Fnatic have full stacked B, and they've done it again there for the second time, and they just get wrecked. Like, Acor pre-aims the wrong angle, flicks faster than I can even, like, process it, and Mad Lions just kill everyone on B with no issue, so... Yeah, I mean, they're feeling good right now, Harry. Fnatic, yikes, double orb with no armor on either. That is not pristine, but they got to make do with what they got. Golden stuck behind red, hasn't been seen yet, and he's really biding his time, stalling out the first contact. But if he moves here, Acor is posted with the orb washing either side of the box. Even a gun barrel could spell Golden's death here. Flusher hitting a tag. Feels like that's all the orbs are doing in these last couple of rounds, but it is a bait. JW's here from Hellside. Golden swings, and he comes in at the right time with 2. Can't find the bomb. Asilian will be able to try it. Crush Shush tagged down by the orb, somehow winning that fight. He never should have, but he's got an orb now, considering he's low. Mad Lions in a 3-on-3. They've somehow turned this around.
Oh, and Shush coming in on the Heaven Wrap. They weren't looking. They weren't ready in any capacity. Crims has got to try and do a hell of a lot now, and that's what he's pretty good at, luckily. Bubsky comes in with the trade, and we're down to this 1v1. Flusher on the other side, and it's a main smoke dropped by Bubsky. Taps the bomb, Flusher runs on through, and Bubsky was ready for it. A 9th round and a nice round for Mad Lions as they turn that one back on its head. It looked like Fnatic were going to walk away with it. You thought that once Golden had that double kill outside, that was going to be enough, but it all kind of falls apart. They lose JW at ramp. That allows Shush to get up into the Heaven. Brolin, you know, I said he wasn't looking at Heaven. That is a bit of a wrong comment on my behalf. You know, he's just having to flick his attention between Heaven and Main, and he is in a very rough spot to be in there. Yeah, the whole round kind of falls apart on the back of losing JW at ramp, and Mad Lions now 9-4. This is a very, very good T side from them, and it looks like it's in a position to just keep getting better and better.
Yeah. Why stop now, right? You've got Fnatic forcing in round number 14. Like, they're not even playing for the last gun round of the half. They want 2 force buys, and you know, I guess that's the right call at this point. You are so far down, but the other end of the sword is that, or other end of the stick is that you get 11 forward, and well, that's not pretty. Cillian, he finds Golden early. Crims, what? It shot through a smoke. And I want to say about that last round, about that 1v1 and Flusher and Bubsky, I'm never one to question Flusher, but he starts running way before he's even in the smoke. And that like, even if Bubsky was sticking it, he would have had time from the audio to get off the bomb and pull his gun out. Like, Flusher didn't sneak in, and like, obviously Flusher had to run if he want to make that play, because otherwise Bubsky would have had the bomb down in time if it was a stick. It's a very weird round, and one that I didn't think Flusher would lose, but yeah, either way, Bubsky, man, real talent. This whole team is, and considering a lot of these players were like unknown or relatively unknown a couple of years ago, like so much upcoming talent for Mad Lions, and taking down the big boys of Fnatic here would be a hell of a scalp to find. Flash into main, another ace split here from the heavens, and well, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Mad Lions even spamming players in the hut. Fnatic can't catch a break, and Brolin can even catch a kill. Yes, one spray can't control, and Acor will cover. The plant delayed, but still going to be down in time, 5 seconds, and Flusher's on a lobby wrap that I don't believe it.
Man, Mad Lions are looking so confident as well. Like, they just do everything with such conviction, and I think that's why they're so scary to go up against, because like, Fnatic never really know what they're going against in the round, and Mad Lions have got a very, very clear game plan, and they just seem ready for everything right now. Round 15 coming up, and Fnatic with this force that leaves a lot to be desired here. Definitely not what you were hoping for heading into round 15. These outside smokes. Oh, JW! Oh my goodness. This is an odd one. So, oh, Bubsky's going to win that fight out. Of course he is. Crims gets the response. This is a very weird round of Counter-Strike because no one's seen each other yet. And there's a kill on either side. Now the outside push looking to come through. And Golden looking to try and put a stop to it. He hears these players that have crossed into Garage, but if he swings too wide, the AWP of A-Core is primed and ready to go, looking at this position. Golden gets caught out in the open. Maybe he had a chance there to find something. Flusher, he's coming on this wrap. He could do it all. He gets one. He's going to offer up a little bit more, and Flusher trying to get the reload off. The nades found good damage as well. Taps down one with the MP9, but the trade comes through almost immediately from Roy, and this leaves Crims 1v2, Deegan armor, little bit of utility to work with, but not much information, no real knowledge as to what's going on here on the Mad Lions side.
Oh, but even more util and weaponry, Harry. 7 bullets. I hope Crims has figured that one out. I'm sure he has. That is going to hold him back, but well, smoke push certainly will too. It's going to be Roy finding him walking through main as another player was running B, by the way. They were faking audio for that exact play. Very sweaty stuff from the Mad Lions. We'll see if they can keep it up on the CT side. So join us after the break for the second half.
Touch from you takes me to paradise, paradise. One look from you and I fall in your arms, in your arms. Baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop, baby, don't stop it. And give me your love, give me your love, give me your loving. Say that you want, say that you want, say that you want it. 'Cause this is my love, this is my love. Something about you feels like heaven came along. Baby, can you feel it? Can you feel it? Something that you do makes me feel like we belong. Baby, can you feel it? Can you
Well, the Mad Lions, they've come into this one and they really have gotten off to a roaring start. They sit 11-4 up here on their map pick of Nuke, and Fnatic on the back foot in a pretty big way. This pistol round is more than a necessity here if Fnatic want to begin this comeback. They want to give us a bit of a run for our money here on Nuke. And early on, they're going to start things off in this round with a fast play down towards Ramp. A rotate back from Asilian, sees him falling back into the bomb site. Flush has given us a little 360, but no kill found on the back of it. And Fnatic, they try and pressure these players over by the double doors, and boy, oh boy, do they pressure them. But just as CZ has claimed the double, this round is all over the place. Fnatic are going to try and go up the vent into this A bomb site, but Acor is nearby. He hears these players, and he's going to start to rotate up through the ladder. Bomb has been planted. Well, Acor's taken down one, but then he will get traded there. And so that's going to be Fnatic finding themselves that pistol round.
Our PGM is blacker. Hopefully we'll have feedback in a second, Harry. I'd imagine technical issues are the same on your side right now.
Yes, they are.
Visuals now.
I was actually just having.
I heard you casting it off of audio. Yeah,
just on the audio. Yeah, it's now outside. Now, this isn't me actually just doing it off of audio again. Now, we do have the video back. And, well, I'm glad we do, because we've just seen Golden and Flusher deliver these kills down towards outside. Bubsky's begun a fast rotation in towards B with a CZ, and he's got Acor alongside him. Now, let's see if Bubsky can find anything. He can't. Acor's Deagle, though, spoken about... man, I'm just going to stop saying names, because every time I do, the player gets shot in the face. Fnatic, they'll get that sick. They keep 5 alive. That's exactly where we want them to be if this comeback wants to happen here on Nuke. And I certainly want a bit more mileage out of this map yet. So Mad Lions, no money in this round. There should be a 7th locked in for the sweep.
Worth noting, that pistol round was actually almost exactly the same to the opening pistol round with how it ended in a 3-on-1 with that ramp player realizing it's not a B play and going, I think it was JW, going back up the heaven, trying to retake. And yeah, I mean, kind of weird how similar that was. Mad Lions, they're pushing, and they're pushing fast, but there's no one in the lobby. Fnatic, they've already pushed hard. That's the only player there, apart from the men on the roof, but they are going to need to deal with this onslaught. Crims mowing them down, and luckily it's no issue here for Fnatic. Couple of bits of damage, but they will fall away. Oh, I say that, Crims. Just a bullet away from death, and Acor, oh my, that's a whiff and a half. Not what he wanted, as Crims will not be going back in for more. The grenade will, though. That'll make up for it. He was 1 health, and Acor couldn't hit the shot, man. I don't know where those bullets are going. Looking pretty dead on to me, but yeah, Crims will dunk him out of the round, and that's the eco dealt with. Nice safe play from Crims and Co. Fnatic looking to build, Harry, looking to begin on this T side, but so are Mad Lions. The buy round coming through with the AWP on Acor.
Yeah, this is where the going gets tough. Acor tries to open up with a kill in through the squeaky door, but decides against it when he's dealt a bit of a glancing blow from JW. Now the rest of Fnatic setting up outside. Flush is lining up the kind of standard red outside smokes. These are the ones that facilitate the cross into secret. And so that's going to be where Fnatic maybe look to end up in this one. Now, Roy's on the other side, and he's got a bit of a one-way here. This is kind of terrifying. He's spraying over the top. He's given away his position here, and the nades that have gone in have found some damage onto him. But Fnatic are no longer going to commit so heavily over here towards outside. They rotate this bomb back, and Acor from CT spawn lands a quick shot onto Flusher. Brolin is left outside all alone. Maybe going to look to split in late into this A bomb site from main, but this is relying heavily on Fnatic gaining any ground. And out of the gate, they haven't. Brolin will deal with one, follows up onto a second. Oh, and a third as well. Brolin making this round doable, leaves it now in a 2v2, but seemingly from nowhere. The wrap comes in from Roy, and it falls to Golden now. 1v2 to try and see this round through for Fnatic. He knows where one of these players are, but didn't know Asilian was in the hut. The defuse going to be found for Mad Lions, and a 12th on the board.
Yeah, Roy's got orb hunting as well. They're going to stall the defuse out to get that out of CT. So, Yeah, nice save there from Mad Lions. Great round from Brolo. Those were some impeccable shots entering A. But unfortunately, it just comes after Bubsky mows down 2 coming through the door. So, yeah, Fnatic are already in a huge disadvantage. Roland trying his damn best, but Golden can't clutch, and it's going to be Mad Lions finding their first of the second half. Oh, look at these again from Brolin, just so swift. But Fnatic, they've got another buy, they've got some money left up in the tank, but have they got the rounds? Because Mad Lions are already 4 away from their map pick being locked and loaded. Train up as a second. Roy, nice timing again, he catches it to Secret. He's going to set up in the corner, I imagine for his one-way smoke. It's cool how many variations we're seeing of that, right? Like players playing on the bottom of the stairs, looking up, players playing on top of the railing, looking down. There's so many ways of doing it. Roy, they get back up on for another try. Oh, you can see how ready Fnatic are. Like, they can't see him. They don't know what angle or what one way he's using, and that's probably what was helping him get away with this. But they know someone's there, and they know something's happening. Roy will try and escape. Oh, dear, they definitely hear every footstep. But luckily, he keeps his life. Nice shot from Acor, finding JW coming through the ramp. And one by one, Mad Lions start to get back in play.
And so with players in Secret and these 2 fellas back in lobby with the bomb, it leaves Fnatic in a spot where they have to try and get into main if they want to hit this A site, and that's exactly what Acor is waiting for back here in CT. He just snipes down Golden. And Bubsky's still hidden close at the vents. Brolin doesn't react quick enough, and this round's just been torn away. Flusher, 1v4, they come up the vent, they jump scare him from everywhere. It's 13 now for Mad Lions, and their responses to what Fnatic are bringing to the table has been stellar, right? You leave Acor back in CT to just snipe a man trying to cross into main. And then you got Bubsky holding close, right? They had a quick player rotating up through the vent. I don't know, you can just tell that everyone's on the same page right now. And they certainly have like this system in place to collapse into these bomb sites if needed. Fnatic gonna call in a tactical pause, and I don't even know how you go about fixing this if you're Fnatic. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing them just commit to something outside, right? Like with these smokes, maybe try and get past Roy with like a double nade into Secret. But you really don't envy their position at all at this point in time.
Yeah, to be fair, if I were them, I'd be scared of trying to deal with Roy, because to get to Roy, you got to get past Acor, and like you said, he's everywhere with that orb. I think Mad Lions have been making really good reads, and as a result, have been gambling positions. Like that round, Acor gets the ramp pick. He doesn't even go back in. He doesn't even check. He just leaves. He has 2 B players, and so he just watches outside and covers that main split. Like Mad Lions are not always playing the most standard setups in these mid rounds, but they seemingly are wherever Fnatic are about to go. Ascillion brutalizing 2 on the ramp room. If they go through this smoke, they're asking for it. Flusher's going to get tagged regardless. And oh, here they go. JW, he will get the trade. Finally, something goes away at Fnatic. And Brolin will follow up. Okay, there's still hope. There's still life in them yet. But these are the situations that Mad Lions excel in. These 3-on-3s where the standard default goes out the window, where you've got to gamble and you've got to make reads. Well, they're going to do all of that. Bubsky looking for shots outside, spots a player above the silo. It's Brolin. Got to be careful with that one, or Flusher rather. Roland's one lower outside, and Fnatic will retreat back to the lobby, but if they commit there, there's a double setup here. Dububsky from the heaven, he's already back in this position. He was just garaged seconds ago. Feels like everywhere Fnatic go, they walk into a stack, and that's not going to change. Now, Mad Lions lean towards ramp. They get off of A, they still have heaven players to rotate quickly in, and they have every contingency covered. Fnatic, their only option here is a vent dive to B. That's like the best case scenario, but I don't think you're going to get away with that if you try it. Depends on the timing of Bubsky in heaven and what he's watching.
Oh, shush. Oh, he looked like he was going to go aggressive there, but decides against it. And that's exactly what Fnatic were hoping for. That never comes through, so they'll sneak out through Squeaky, and Bubsky's going to turn back round, spots them, deals with them. Mad Lions, 14 on the board, and so patient there in the 3-on-2. Fnatic, they were waiting, just hoping, right, that they can catch someone overextending. They can catch someone, you know, maybe trying to take these guns away, anticipating the save. And Mad Lions just don't move. They know they have all the advantages and that Fnatic have to come to them. So now they sit one away for a map point here on their map pick. And it's a force buy for Fnatic. That's all they've got left in the tank.
Yeah, all their money is the same as the end of the first half, right? The last 2 rounds are just buying, like kind of accepting fate. And oh no, that's not allowed. That's not okay. He just random shoots the smoke and legs Crims. Acor, any more, buddy? There it is, finishing the job. And a second bomb dropped. Acor's ready for them all. He's found a third. This is just unfair. And Mad Lions, they are going to be knocking Fnatic down out of this map, undoubtedly, unequivocally. 1 round left to do it, and Acor, he's got the tools.
Acor's having such a good game right now, man. It feels disgusting. Like everything they've given him as well, the AWP, the AKs, it doesn't matter, you name it. And he's killed many a player with it. Acor's gone aggressive this time towards outside, and he just catches Golden back towards T-spawn. Royers is back, dispatches of Brolin, who was wrapping close around this smoke. And the warning bells are going off for Fnatic now. They're in a 3-on-5 up against map point. This map might be slipping away from them. And get a man out towards ramp, but this isn't. Oh goodness, yeah, this is done, man. You've got a player going up towards T-roof. I don't know. Fnatic just aren't going to be ready for half of these positions.
That feels like the entire CT side, Harry, just summarized in one sentence right there. JW's got the grenade, but even if he gets this kill, what else? And he won't. So Flusher in a 1-on-5 for the map. And right now it's looking like we're going to be heading to the train yard. That's it. It's done. Mad Lions, they look so damn good on Nuke. And I don't think that should really come as too much of a surprise. These guys have been loving that map. Fnatic, though, you know, current boot camp, current you know, work being put in, and we've seen some of the results of that come through. They beat Complexity yesterday, and they actually showed us some nice changes on both Train and Mirage. Now, remind me, Harry, what are the last 2 maps of this series?
Oh, well,
Train and Mirage.
Sounds like Train and Mirage, yeah.
I like how you got the Danish flag, Harry. You're really pandering to the crowd. Well done.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you caught me. I couldn't actually hear you because you caught me as I was setting up this little gimmick, right? Yeah. But yeah, Mad Lions, they look great, dude. That was such a good game for them. I'm very happy about that as well because I didn't want them to come into this having looked like a team that's just like on this astronomical rise the whole time and then fall a little flat versus a confident-looking Fnatic, and that's not the case. So yeah, Mad Lions getting off to a great start, and hopefully it can continue. Can Fnatic bounce back? You're gonna have to join us after a quick break to find out. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
The time we wasted. We showed try but didn't get too far. Girl, only if we both knew. We let it go too soon. These feelings I can't remove for you. No.
Look at a G! And I mean by that GG because this one ended almost as soon as it started. It's going to be the Mad Lions, the Danish side, that actually triumph here over the Swedes. And some people are quick to jump ship. We're not going to point any fingers around here. I think you can actually kind of determine just from an eye test as to who that is. But Acor, as far as eye test is concerned, he's passed them all. Look at the AWP on this man, and look how fluid he is with it. Welcome back, everybody, to the Dreamhack Master Spring 2020. I've got with me Maniac, I've got Christine, and her name is Potter in game, just in case you were all wondering. Let's get it started. Let's talk about what happened here and how the Mauled Lions were able to turn themselves into Mad Lads.
Yeah, well, if you want to know why I was surprised with the veto and why I would have liked Fnatic to remove Nuke, well, there you have it. The result is right under your eyes. I mean, this was such a display of force by Mad Lions. 11 rounds on the T side. Honestly, it doesn't look undeserved. I think their T side was absolutely in control. They basically could do whatever they wanted. The few rounds that Fnatic could push on the board were mainly based on Flush's intuition. I think the way he played ramp was the one shining light of that CT side for Fnatic. And Mad Lions, they rolled them over. It's just how it is. Acor had a massive performance, 28 kills. Shush was doing great as well. So every lights were green for Mad Lions.
And there was really never a point where Fnatic were able to make Mad Lions uncomfortable at all throughout the entirety of this series. And it just seemed like Lions were taking duels and every single duel was in their favor. And it was every duel that they wanted. It was on their terms. It was on their timing, their pace. And so Fnatic, either they got caught off guard, they weren't aware of Lions' positionings, and maybe their communication was lacking because this was pretty underwhelming for Fnatic coming out on Nuke.
Yeah, let's really dive into the nitty-gritty of this with the stats helix. I think that's the only real way that we can look at it and say that perhaps even if not a stats helix, a replay will do the justice that is deserved here for the Mad Lions, who are otherwise on a track to put Fnatic out of it.
Yeah, exactly. And this replay, I just wanted to highlight Flush's movements, man. This is one of the rounds where Fnatic actually had some control, and it's all this hopping around. You're going to see a lot of T's, specifically on the pistol rounds, doing this sort of movements, doing 360s, making the hitbox as hard as possible for the defenders to actually get a frag. So I appreciated Flusha just honing in on that entry roll, pressing W, but making it as hard as they could to make Lions actually get any sort of frag. And this was the one round that Fnatic actually made it happen, but on the gun rounds, this is not what it looked like.
But here's a silver lining for you, Matthew, and I know that if I look this way, God, I did it again. If I look this way, I'm kind of talking to you, and I'm kind of looking at you at the same time. Maniac, when I look at this series, I start to think about, what's coming up here, and that's going to be Fnatic's pick of Train. Now, of course, that's got to feel a little bit better for the Swedish side.
It has to indeed, and it has to, otherwise they'll be out 2-0. I mean, I cannot say it's easier than that. Listen, they've looked better on Train. Recently, I'm looking at their results. They've beat Complexity. They've beat Mousesports on Train, which I think is one of the expert teams out there on this map. They've destroyed VP, so it's a better map for them, 100%. Now, there is one man that I want to pen out. It's JW, and the fact that on Nuke, he got bested by Acor 6 times out of 8 duels. 8 duels between the two of them. Acor prevailed 6 times. You cannot have that number anymore on Train. This is going to be an AWP-centric map. JW has to do JW things. He will be required. And if Flusha can do some of the Flusha moves inside, that might be the formula for success. But I'm a little bit scared.
Yo, was that a Flusha move you just hit right there? Let's do that one more time.
I think you hit it with the wave.
Okay.
Right.
Now I got both of you guys doing some sort of Pepe Jammer stuff in here. Anyway, I think that Train is where we go. Christine, do we think it ends here really quickly?
I'm afraid. I think Lions, they've got everything they need to make this a quick 2-0. I mean, Train, This is a comfort pick for them as well. This is a map that Acor flies around the map from inner to upper to pushing Ivy. So this is a confident map for Lions. So if Fnatic come in as sloppy as they did on Nuke, then surely Lions will be able to close this one out.
And Matthew, that will be a GG. Christine, I'm looking at you as well, way down there on the end. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to start to look at Train, the second map, and potentially the last one of the first series of the day. This is Dreamhack Master Spring 2020, everybody. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Your life hits hard, but I hit right back. never back down. I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom. Cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it. No problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it. No problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Had none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. We're not waiting for a miracle. Fighting to survive, trying to stay alive again.
Well, the map's train and the Danes are currently looking really, really good, Hugo. I think that's fair to say, right? Mad Lions, they nailed Fnatic over on Nuke. And now with Train about to begin, this is still a very good map for the Mad Lions. What do you think we need to see from the Fnatic squad to be bouncing back here? Who do they need to be putting a stop to? Who do we need to be showing up for the Swedes?
I think they need to put a stop to you, Harry, because you started this segment with a Swedish flag and now you're on a Danish flag. I think you're just pandering. I think Fnatic need your help, or they need whatever they can get really in this map. Obviously, it's their pick, so we'd like to remain positive and go, okay, they've probably done their prep, their research, their homework. They know what to expect from Mad Lions. But as we saw from that map of Nuke, Mad Lions, they love throwing spanners in the works. They love confusing their opponent, and that's not going to be as easy on Train, but there's still a lot of potential for fakes on this map. And with how the individuals are showing up for Mad Lions as well, Fnatic, they're going to need to step up.
Yeah, man, and a big question mark for me is, can you put a stop to a guy like Acor, who just had a phenomenal map on Nuke, right? Well, Train is a map that lends itself to a strong AWPing presence so well. And so, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, like, can JW match up against Acor? And it is things like the money going to be there for Fnatic for that to happen? Because it felt like we didn't really get to see JW AWPing all too much, right? Especially towards the latter end of that game. Admittedly, they were T-side, right? So there's definitely cases to be made against it. But I feel like in the rounds where we did see JW with the AWP in the CT half, you really felt his presence in the server, right? Yeah. And it was the rest of the gang maybe not showing up. It's going to be important that they keep ahead in terms of the money, that the rest of the gang do show up in the first place, because really it felt like JW and Crims were having to do a lot of the work there for Fnatic. And I don't know, man, this is a really scary spot to be in. I came into this thinking Fnatic were going to take this series, and now it looks like it could be completely the opposite. And Mad Lions are standing at a point where I think a pretty dominant 2-0 victory isn't too far out of the equation.
Yeah, it's what the Doctor have ordered, the Doctor being Betway with Mad Lions favoured for this series. And of course, the winner of this going on to take on Na'Vi. Loser goes home, and that's not fun. So yeah, pressure really is on for Fnatic, who are mapped down in the series on their pick. Oh, Shush getting caught in the drop. It's going to be Bubsky trading onto Crib. So Fnatic know there's a double setup here, and they're going to burst a main with all of that utility. Bubsky escaping. He hits the timing, but they have spotted him. He's going to try and fight for his life here. Any kills will be great, but he opts to escape, and that will not be allowed. Fnatic, well, they've got the A site, that full B stack for Mad Lions, getting nothing done, and they're going to have to rotate back into a post plant.
Oh, Flasher beating Roy. And now a Cillian and A-Corp. Gonna try and close the gap here, but it's actually just a Cillian left. And it's a nice dominant pistol round for Fnatic. They lose Crims early on, but outside of that, they manage to get everyone else, and they don't take a single man down past that bomb plant. So maybe a good sign of things to come, as this T side can now get off to a nice beginning here for the Fnatic squad, and that's exactly what they needed after getting it really taken to them back on Nuke.
Yeah, right. We had Mad Lions go, what, like 6-0 up on that map, 7-0 up on Nuke, on T side as well, before Fnatic got around. So, yeah, sooner the better, I would say. Bubsky, well, he's hoping that Molotov ends soon as well, because he's getting spammed from Flusher. Oh, no, it spreads on the last tick. That's not cool. Not a fan of that at all. Bubsky does so much damage, and all is for nothing. Royce picked up the shotgun, though, could look to finish the job. Brolin avoiding death in main by a pixel. Shush will back out. But Fnatic, they want this A site, and they want it later on. Shush is starting to consider the Ivy wrap, and that's only going to draw his attention away from the real threat that is T-Con. He has a smoke. When does he choose to throw it? Because right now he's about to lose his chance if Crims wins this fight. Oh, he might peek on that info. No, he doesn't. Crims plays it safe. Probably the right call. Fnatic are going to go through. They're going to burst through with a flash. Shush is getting spammed so badly. And wow, that creates so much audio for Fnatic. They can just shoot the smokes off the back of it. That's a really good call from this T side. Now 2 players left up in the yard. And oh, it's a team kill, but it's also a spray transfer. Crims with 4 if you count his teammate. And Fnatic will take 2 in the round.
Oh, we got a nade stack here for Mad Lions, and they're going to look to throw it into main. Now, Fnatic, what you got to do to survive this is don't be found in main. And Crims, well, he was in this place called main, and he got naded down to 18 points of health. He's never held the tail. Yeah, man, it's kind of wild, isn't it? But I'll work to keep you guys informed. Golden. Ooh, all right, that's nice. He's shut down too. Now, the reason I'm not blown away by this is because they're only up against USPs, and this should be a pretty easy round for Fnatic to get swept under the rug. Now, with Crimson Golden down low, there's always a chance that you can find some damage here if you're Mad Lions. It's not like an incredible chance, but these USPs are tagging players up. Oh, JW, go on. Yeah. Go on, baby, get it. There's the knife. We waited. We didn't get one in the first map, and JW was getting worried about getting cut from the team, so he knows that he has to put one up there, and he does.
Roy's brain is pretty big, man, because Flusher goes on the ladder and starts going up and down on it, and Roy doesn't even look. He just holds his nerve. He doesn't even consider it, and it's because it was a bait, and he kills a player in main instead. So yeah, fair play. He gets a kill in that round. JW, though, he's the man that we look to do the damage and make the money while doing it. He's up to $7,000 after the buy. I say after the buy. He only bought a flashbang, but yeah, they'll take that. That's good money to fall back on. But right now, the AWP is out early for Mad Lions. Flusher eats a nade, and Bubsky eats bullets for breakfast as Brolin finding quick kills. Fnatic pushing off the back of that entry. Roy does get one from the back of the site, but Fnatic is so deep right now. Flusher is above the trade, almost trying to shoot his teammates. Enemies will do, and he'll find 2 before he's dropped. Just with a double. It's so back and forth. It's so unclear who's taking this round.
And both players for Mad Lions just reposition, like they leave the connector. I love this decision because Fnatic, they've just spotted both of them. And so now that element of surprise is back on this side of Mad Lions. They're even considering on the Fnatic side the potential of a pop dog flank. Shush going to start to rear his head out from Ivy, and he gets spotted by the player on the bomb train. That's Crims getting the information. A lot of the time has ticked off this bomb. That is the downside of going for this flank, and Crims is able to fight both players inside of the site. JW was never even committed. He was just hiding back in main, right? So he can play around that bomb later in the round if Crims does go down. And ultimately, Fnatic are going to find themselves off to a great start here over on this T side.
Yeah, this is a complete turnaround to that of Nuke. It's kind of what we wanted here, especially with this buy from Flusher. That is filthy. Is he just going to rush B, or is he dropping pop with this? It's a P90, and I haven't seen one in a pro game for some time, Harry. While he dropped, he won't do anything with it. Break the windows. Scout just dropping an Ivy. Flusher will commit, but he actually loses his life and the gun with it. Roy not going to get out alive with that weapon, but yeah, either way, it's only an eco for Mad Lions. Any kills they get, they will appreciate. Bobsky, he'll really appreciate that upgrade. Ooh, yeah, gets it in time. Fnatic hear that. There's a late player in the form of JW as well. The Vinny smoke going down for Bobsky. Boy, oh boy, JW has no idea what hit him. The P90 coming through. Acor's dropped a man at B. Harry, every round it feels like Mad Lions can somehow make him look doable, somehow make him so close. Fnatic know this flank is coming through, so they're trying to pinch onto Acor. Good swing from Crims, and he'll find them both in the post plant. Fnatic just keep it up. 5 rounds locked in. Mad Lions, that wasn't eco, so they still do good damage, but now they've got to win. Now they've got to get on that board.
I like how Mad Lions are just so willing to try and match Fnatic at their own game with like some of these crazy decisions that they make, and some of the, you know, like going for the P90 play, rushing that through. Not many teams are willing to meet Fnatic on like their own territory, if that makes sense. Roy's gonna get set up over here in pop again, but JW opens up with a kill onto Acor. Already one of these orbs removed from the Mad Lion side. Flusher, he's in the air, and he still finds Roy. Cillian gets a collateral, but only removes one of these players. Bubsky's going to swoop on in and deal with the second Mad. So it's such a... Hugo, you keep saying this. Every one of these rounds follows this same pattern where like Fnatic will open up with 2 kills, and then some guy on Mad Lions will make some play, bring it back, and then there's just these fast trades flying left and right. Well, in this round, something that's a little bit awkward for Fnatic is that the bomb gets dropped in Olaf. And so this allows for Mad Lions to just dedicate everyone in towards this A bomb site. Flush is kind of read into this, though, right? Anticipating that they're going to rotate to keep an eye on the bomb. And so he's pushed very, very quickly all the way through B, and he's trying to come in on this flank. Timing is going to be everything here for Flusher. You need these players in main to keep the attention fixated on them. But at the same time, you can't take forever. And so JW getting that kill now puts even more pressure onto these 2 players in this site. And that's going to give Flusher even more breathing room on this flank.
Yeah, they're playing for kills here. They're not playing for the bomb. They have no time. So Flusher needs results, but he's been spotted at 20 seconds. Now Fnatic realize they might have to focus on the plant after all. Good shot from JW. He might have this round in the palm of his hand. One more. Oh, Cillian responds. And if he can drop the bomb, if he can get a kill here, he can win this round. But dinked down through the train. 7 as the plant comes in. And Cillian now, his job just got a whole lot harder. Maybe even impossible. He's crossed to the E-box. It's going to be good for him, but he misses his shot. Maybe there's a chance, but not going to find the killing blow, and Fnatic will just keep it up 6-0. Also, you mentioned how, you know, with that bomb, it allows Mad Lions to stack the A site. That's a very unfortunate thing, actually. Shush was in B watching for Flusher, and as he rotates, as he comes through connector, Flusher walks out B upper. Shush was just looking there. So there were maybe 2 or 3 seconds that decide if that flank has any value. And obviously Flusher, he gets spotted anyway, but he creates enough distraction for JW to get kills. So his position was worthwhile after all. And well, this money, it's not worthwhile at all. It's Mad Lions on an eco and Fnatic farming kills as they often do.
Oh, JW's waiting. Oh dear, he has the Glock on burst fire, and sometimes that's what you get for being a little troll, JW, man. You try and burst down a Cillian with a Glock. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Shush, wrapping in through the back, does deal with Golden. Mad Lions are very, very good at making every one of these rounds expensive at like a bare minimum. And Shush retrieving the AWP. He's happy. He's running away. Oh, but maybe not. Oh, but maybe he is. Maybe, you know what? I'll stop saying words because Shush is fine. He's gotten out of here and he's just about still alive.
Skin of his teeth, Harry, but right now, Fnatic, they are the dentists. And, well, a bit of root canal on this A-bomb site is due. 7-0. Excellent game from Fnatic. I don't really know like how or why this has happened. You know, last map was a stomp. Looks so good for Mad Lions. I know it's trained. I know Fnatic have been working here, but this is one that Mad Lions can certainly play and have taken down good teams on. So this is shocking. Great T-side for Fnatic. How many more can they get before the curse is lifted, before the streak is broken? Sometimes it can feel like just getting that first round can be the difficult part, right? And once you've got it, things start to fall into place. Once you get Fnatic a 1 eco round, suddenly you can start to build. Nice wallbang for Acor, hits Brolin above Pop, and it's going to be a B play here. Here they go into the orb. This could finally be the chance. We've not had a round like this at all this game. Fnatic have loved the outer yard, so walking down the ramp into the orb could be a problem, but JW provides sustenance with his orb. Molly on the site will stall the plant. Roy goes wide with a double face, and it's just well played for Mad Lions, getting surely their first round here. Brolin looking to stop that, but it's not going to be easy. Misses his flash as well, which really makes it difficult.
So finally a first round on the board for Mad Lions. And it's also one where we see them try and pick up the pace into B. We haven't really seen many B hits from Fnatic yet. And it didn't really leave us the best impression, Mad Lions. This is where, right, like keeping every one of these rounds so close is going to come back to potentially set you up nicely to turn this game around. As you've left Fnatic in a bit of an awkward spot in terms of the money if you pick this round up. However, that does hinge on, well, picking this round up. And right now, that doesn't look like a guarantee by any stretch of the imagination. Now, Ascillion is wrapped all the way through Ivy and is coming in through the back line. He has to do a hell of a lot from this flank. He's got to deliver now more than ever. And that one kill just about goes his way. That's not really what we were looking for from Ascillion there. This leaves Shush all alone. And likely just going to have to save.
It does get away with everything, right? Like the life of an inner player, having full util, having your kit. You know, it's a good save from Shush, but again, it's in the context of this match, it's just so unfortunate. Like Fnatic 8-1 up now and saving against such a dominant scoreline. Can't take it away from Fnatic though. They've been earning these rounds. Mad Lions, like you said, have made so many of them close, so many of them, you know, doable. And if you think back to Nuke, it was the clutches that landed the way of Mad Lions so many times, right? Not, you know, often coming down to these like 2v2s, 2v3s that they would often convert. Another thing that's a big difference is Acor, right? Last map, in that first half alone, he had like 1 4K and 2 3K rounds. Well, right now he has 2 kills and we're 10 rounds in. So, you know, obviously money hasn't really been there for Mad Lions. It's not like he's been buying orbs every round, but when he has had the orb, we haven't seen much from him. And that's something that will make matters worse for Mad Lions. But, you know, it's not his sole responsibility by any means. Bubsky 4-0 to 0-4. And if we think about how Bubsky was 4-0 back on T-side Nuke, he was holding the back of lobby, right? He was waiting for aggression. Fnatic were giving him picks in the mid-rounds off of his lurk. Like, this is a very different game where Fnatic are controlling the pace. They're on the T-side, which if anything in 2020 feels like a benefit. Like, it feels like the team that starts T-side more often than not actually wins the game, or at least takes like a significant lead. And, you know, that can be often hard to lose. Fnatic, right now in that position, can they keep it up?
Oh, Crims tries to throw this molly in. That does force Roy up the ladder. He almost gets away with a lot more than he should have done there. No one from Fnatic was really too ready for a stray Roy to just shoot up the ladder and arrive up in the pop dog. Ascillion's still here, but this spot shouldn't go unchecked, and it won't. Brolin deals with him. Just as coming on the rotation through the connector, and he's this 1M4 that was present.
Ooh.
Well, Was present being the operative operative word there. Bubsky in the 1v3, and he's retrieved an AK from the body of Crims, no less. First kill found. Now looking for more, but Golden primed and ready to go. Not going to give him the room to maneuver. Fnatic 9-1 up. This is incredibly dominant from the Swedes. This whole series feels like a bit of an oddity now. Like, you think about how one-sided Nuke felt. I mean, you were just saying this, right? Like, it's very very odd how this has suddenly flipped around, and Fnatic are looking more confident than ever over here on trade.
I imagine our third map's going to be super competitive and like real back and forth and like go to overtime, because this is what we had yesterday, Harry. We had NIP Astralis, like both teams bang out the opponent on their map pick, and then on Overpass it was a double OT. The NIP knocked Astralis out of the tournament with. So yeah, you know, that's often the case, right? Like two stomps and then a competitive third map, certainly available here. But I would like a little bit more from Mad Lions in this one, right? Like even Fnatic were putting up more of a fight on Nuke. You know, they got 4 rounds in the first half. Right now, I don't know if that's even attainable for Mad Lions. We'll have to see. This double orb and Pop Dog has been a problem massively as well. Like they've never been able to succeed in these kills. Fnatic have done a really good job of mollying this position and dropping in good grenades and everything in between. So Roy does command it for this round. He does smoke the molly, but Fnatic are running a very slow default, and you'll notice they're holding on to pretty much all their utility. Bit of a B fake from Flusher, but everyone else has grenades for this outer sight, and all that smoke is going to do, even though no one's seen because it's being watched by Shush, it will keep 2 players on B for the time being. So if Fnatic go in the next 15 seconds, they're going to have a 3-man hold on the A site.
Oh, nice kill from Brolin, flicking down. Oh, and a follow-up as well onto a Cillian. Roy's hidden in Pop. Brolin's come into this territory, and they're about to have a chance encounter here. Brolin does get bested. Acor comes in with another, but JW trades for Roy. Now they try and get set up inside of this A site for the post-plant. Shush is coming on rotation, but Flusher just taps him down, and this leaves Acor in the 1v3, and not a 1v3 he's destined to win either. He's going to back away, try and hold on to the AWP into this follow-up round, but he is already getting hunted, and he's just missed the timing. He's just hit the most unfortunate timing there as Crims is now in through CT, and he's heard Acor as well to make matters worse.
Look at the fan out for Fnatic. They've just cut him off from every position, so they're ready for this, and he'll get the kill. I think he will get away with this gun. We talk about B as one of the most retakeable sites in the game. A is certainly not the same case, and when Bubsky dies on that entry where Brolin gets the first kill, I almost wanted to say, Harry, I almost wanted to say the round's done just off of that kill, because not only do Mad Lions have 3 players on A and 2 in B, which is not great, but like if you're going to win a round like this on outer yard, if Fnatic are going for a late full exec, you need to be able to trade, you need to be able to like punish every kill and keep things equal at a bare minimum. If you're coming back in with 2 B rotates versus 4 or 3 in the A site in a post plant, like you're just not going to win. There's so many spots to fall back in as a T on the A site, right? You can just sneak between the trains. You can hit so many timings. You can go pop. You can, make a flank happen through many positions. You can go heaven. And so, yeah, Mad Lions were never going to win a retake like that. And, not only being conditioned a little bit towards B by that utility from Flusher that kept them there, but also just unable to win fights on the A site. This is a rough game for the Danes, and Fnatic are not going to let up on the pain train. Looking for a 14-1 half right now, and dare I say that is attainable.
Oh, something to bear in mind is the Cillian's just gone aggressive at Ivy, and he spots that there's no one there, and Bubsky's also in main, so that's going to allow a rotation from Acor on this AWP around through connector. Mad Lions haven't seen anyone, they haven't really heard anything. They hear one man throwing a smoke over, but then they're going to hear him rotating to B, and now they know that this is an A fake with the B play. Acor's AWP is in the right place. Is it at the right time? Second kill found for Acor, and Shush now arriving up on the rafters does get shut down. But it's Acor's big green gun that we're looking at here. Still alive, still a threat in this bomb site. Trying to get some more usage out of this hero AWP. Catch Bubsky on the flank. They deal with him. Acor, third kill, and he's looking to do a little bit more. He had to come alive in this round, and that's now more true than ever. Golden finds him with a flash, follows up onto Asilian. It's a nice try from Mad Lions. They get it so close, but they don't get it over the line.
Feels like so many rounds, Harry. Feels like that was really the closest yet I think we've had, and so many of these rounds come down to similar situations. Great trading from Golden, pivoting on the ramp. Fnatic, they don't need to get deep in the B post plant. They just chill on the site, and everything comes to them. Warps out again for Acor. He's stepped up since he's had it, right? Like, the money's been good for Mad Lions since that lost bonus. He's had a few warp rounds, he's had a few kills, but, you know, the kills isolated don't really mean a lot when you have one round on the board. Bubsy back on the bomb train. He had a great game on Nuke rather, but this one is not as easy. Golden, JW, Brolan, everyone finding an opening kill. Brolan's not done. He's going to hunt down Shush and Asilian a long way away. This round has been live 20 seconds, and Asilian, he may be in T spawn, but he's going back to CT spawn with that one. It's just so quick, Harry. It's just so fast. Like, Fnatic, within 10 seconds of planting. With every kill, like, there's no trade, there's nothing. Like, I don't even know what to say at this point. They're like, what's going wrong for Mad Lions? They are just not. So I find whenever I play CT Train, this is exactly what happens to me. You know, you just can't win your fights, and sometimes it does just come. If Fnatic are playing like good spacing and trading well, it comes down to that first engagement. If you don't get the opening kill in the outer sight, you're gonna have such trouble winning the round, and that seems like more often than not what is going on here for Mad Lions. Worth noting, Harry, they've had 3 opening kills in the entire game go their way. Fnatic have had 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little lost for words, right? Like, after Nuke looked. By the way, Crims is on for the ace. Probably not going to get the ace. I think Brolan might steal it away from him, like a little gremlin. Let's see. Oh, Bubsky, they're coming his way. Oh, they boosted up. Bubsky shut down. Roland does get it. 13 on the board for Fnatic. And man, after Nuke was like so, it wasn't like, it wasn't incredibly one-sided, but it was a very dominant victory for the side of Mad Lions. I thought, like, okay, yeah, you know, like, Train's a pretty good map for them. They can definitely make this one competitive. It couldn't be further from the truth. You know, Fnatic, it started off like looking good, but now they're just ending rounds in the first 20 seconds of it. You know, like the round's already decided. That there is maybe a bit overzealous from JW. He tries to just run the gauntlet up against this last full buy from Mad Lions, and he will come to regret that decision. So another opening duel going the way of Mad Lions. They get this, and with that frag, they find the bomb as well.
Mad Lions have figured out the solution, Harry, but unfortunately they figured it out in the last round of the half. Golden is in CT spawn. This game is so crazy. He's going to get dinked. We'll be finished off by Acor's orb, taking down Shush in the process. And yeah, I like the aggression from Mad Lions, right? Getting T-Con control is such a valuable position, but they've actually been really, you know, dealt a hard hand. It's not like they could do that every round, right? Like, Fnatic have been taking very fast A plays, and so, you know, it's not like you can counter that with aggression of your own if you're Mad Lions. But in these slow mid rounds, this is the kind of thing that's going to be good for them. But max 2 at the end of the half, and that's where we are right now. 4-on-2. Crims has cleared B, and well, I think Mad Lions have realized that's a possibility, but they don't know how deep he's gotten. I don't think Acor is going to be ready for this fight. Nice shot for Crims, and the B site is theirs.
Look at this mini-map as well. This round is just chaos. Crims is holding down the connector. Roy is waiting on the other side. There's 2 players wrapping in through the halls. Fnatic, if they somehow manage to salvage this round, I will be at a loss for words. And Brolan comes in with another kill. Now, wrapping in through upper is a man named Bubsky, and he might have Brolan dead to right. It's actually Roy to get it. Crims left in the clutch, and they know that the bomb is planted. Oh no, it is planted for Crims. He can watch it from here. They tap it, they bait the peak, but Crims isn't giving up the kill. Oh, he's done damage. Bubsky going up on top of the train will land the shot in response. Mad Lions get themselves a second before this half draws to a close.
Do they, Harry?
Yeah, it's gonna be close.
Do they, Harry?
It's gonna be close, but yes, they do.
I want to
Okay,
talk
Mad
quickly,
Lions.
Harry. Before we go to a break, just really quickly, Brolin, man, that one-way smoke that he drops on the ramp, he has so many one-ways that he uses for either side to fight up into B, to fight down towards connector, and that actually gets him a kill there in that post-bomb. Really cool detail. Either way, we're going to throw it to a break really quickly, and we'll be back with what might be an even quicker second half. Who knows? Fnatic looking to blow Mad Lions out of the water.
Well, this has been an interesting series. Hugo, I think I speak for all of us when I say I have no clue what the going on right now, man. 13-2 in favor of Fnatic. And I don't know how it's gone down like this, but Mad Lions, you know, they got to try and win this pistol if they want to make the comeback happen. It's now or never.
Yeah, and even then, even if it is now, Harry, it might still be never because they have a huge road to cross. It's going to be Golden spotting B. Flusher's here as well with a grenade, and Golden, oh no, he just destroys two. Flusher, he's going to drop this at the perfect time, and they actually see it and back up out. That won't really save their bacon, but it will keep their health high as Mad Lions look to go elsewhere, at least for the time being. Roy is, I imagine, going to get that USP from Golden and try and take a range fight into B, but he has the bomb right now, so even dropping it could cause a noise that Coil's player would hear, and so does he want to make that risk? Probably not. Mad Lions have found out they've gone everywhere else, but here's one of the hard things about Train and running a pistol like this is, I guess they have P250, so it's actually good. I was going to say, if they're Glocks, like, you're not going to win these fights, but actually forget everything I said, because two P2s and a USP, Mad Lions can risk taking these long-range fights. Or not.
Or not. No, they can't. You cannot risk taking the long-range fights. Not up against Brolin, not up against anyone on Fnatic right now. Roy sneaking out through upper, hopping down, taking damage from it, and even then, Crims is inside the bomb site. Crims is wrapping him, and he gets that kill. This is over. 14-2. This is surely just Fnatic walking away with this game and locking in a Mirage.
I think if it's not Harry, I would be very disappointed in Fnatic. So yeah, it should just be a close. It should just be a third map. But Mad Lion's got a plant, and so you know what that does mean is they're going to be able to force some AK, some Galils here, some scouts, whatever they really want, right? Those 2,800 players can drop an AK, get given a deagle, and etc. We've seen it a million times before. In fact, everyone just buys for themselves. It's you know, personal investments here, but not a lot behind it, Harry.
They pull Flush's attention over towards the ramp, and that allows Bubsky to come in and swing 2 kills in favor of Mad Lions. Now, Brolin arrives on this rotate and will deal with Shush, but Bubsky is still looking to cause problems. He goes aggressive. JW deletes him on the CT rotate, and look at this. Mad Lions, they abandon B. They spot all 3 players here. They go back to A, and that's because Roy is holding down the connector, trying to deny these rotations. However, oh, no, not a single one of those fights goes the way of the Lions, man. It's just A-Core, 1v3. Surely this is asking too much of him. And the arm with the Deagle, the UMP. There's a player wrapping into Pop Dog in the form of JW, and Brolin will steal the round away before then. 15 on the board for Fnatic. A bomb plant means that Mad Lions have a little bit extra with this force buy up against 15. But, you know, ultimately that doesn't really hold much weight. Yeah. You need 13 rounds in a row if you want to come back into this game, and it's got to start with nothing more than, you know, Galils and armor.
And that's a 3-on-5, Harry. Bubsky got a double opener on B, and Fnatic with the 3 rifles just convert the round. They don't need no advantages. Dear, oh dear, this is essentially done, unless Mad Lions, I mean, well, yeah, it's almost not worth saying at this point, right? Like, 2 AKs, 2 Galils, what can they do? How can they do it? And where will it be done? Roy, he's going to run through main with a flashbang. There's an E-box coming down late, and he's hit a good shot onto JW. Just going to follow up. There's a chance after all, but a 3-on-5 was lost in the last. It won't be today. Flusher all alone off of B. Now, this is more like a B player's role, rotating into a 1-on-5. Talk about unwinnable for Mad Lions. Well, this one is just as unwinnable for Flusher.
Ooh. Yeah, he's not able to save either. And Fnatic, a double eco on a bunch of these dudes anyway. Not to mention, they have a huge lead, so they're going to be buying into this round. But this is at the very, very least going to allow the Mad Lions to start to make this maybe a bit more competitive. Now, once again, I very much doubt it's going to mean anything more than just a few rounds on the board. But, you know, this comeback has to start somewhere. And so, you know, why not now?
One B pick. Flusher gets aggressive. It's going to keep Brolin here, at least with the hero orb. Orb goes up, and JW goes down. Brolin actually finds a kill before he burns back in the pop Molotov. That's pretty funny. Roy finding one on Ivy, and it's all off of Brolin, who wasn't connected watching B. Oh, it's a messy spray. Akel's going to deal with him, and Mad Lions are just, you know, getting back in, Harry. Number 4. It's hard to believe at this scoreline, but unfortunately, we never know. I guess that's not unfortunate. It's kind of cool. It's the fun of CS, right? Like, at any point, this could be winnable for Mad Lions. They could win 11 rounds in a row. Don't say they can't. But will they? Probably not. Ooh, I like this. We've seen old bomb stacks from Astralis, but this is something else from Fnatic. Maybe blocking his teammate in a bit there.
Oh, right. Well, cool. Sweet. That's a pretty cool round. I mean, yeah, you know, they just find everyone grouped up at back Ivy, and then you just fire some bullets in, you know, and then like, cool, man, the round's over. 5 on the board for Mad Lions, and a bit of a weird one. But now the investment comes back through for Fnatic. So hopefully this is where things get put back on track. Oh dear, Acorn finds himself trapped in main. doesn't live to tell the tale. 2 players from Mad Lions stacked up outside of the B site while the other 2 are working Ivy. The bomb still drops back over by T-Main. One thing that scares me a bit is that Brolin is very much known for his ability to go aggressive into main and hold this down, and doesn't even need to, because him and Golden actually group up and deal with the pop players first. And now they know that Roy is in Ivy. They are all looking his way, and they've all got something to say. Roy, this is a very, very horrible spot to be in. He shuts down Brolin, but surely they're going to be able to put a stop to him soon.
Ooh, almost the third, Harry. Almost, but almost doesn't cut it. And Fnatic, well, they will. They'll cut the birthday cake. They will blow out the candles, and they will take their map pick here in the series. And even more dominantly, the Mad Lions took theirs. So that's kind of crazy if you look at it that way. 16-5 versus 16-7. I'm kind of hoping Mirage tightens up a little bit. The third map of the series, a good map for both teams. Fnatic stats have looked a bit iffy on it as of late, but when we saw them on it yesterday, they made some role changes, they moved some players up. So you know, hopefully some homework has been done for Fnatic. Clearly that was the case on Train, but I mean, what are you expecting, Harry, if you have any idea?
Mate, I have absolutely, Hugo, I couldn't predict this if I tried, right? Like, Nuke was so dominant for Mad Lions. Train was, it felt even more dominant for Fnatic. I'm hoping that what we get is a full 30 round, like maybe even an overtime affair right here on Mirage. I want this to be close, I want it to be ferocious, and I want it to deliver. Join us after a quick break to catch this third and final map of this series.
Flashbang's affected. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mousesports alive.
Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
And they actually close this out. Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mousesports.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you going to want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you going to be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're going to want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Always praying. Now heaven's waiting on us to believe. Spread our wings, meteorite. We can be stars for them to see. It's like we waited our whole lives. We waited our whole lives. It's only you and me tonight. Yeah, you and me tonight. You're only you and me can decide. Yeah, you and me can decide. It's time for us to open our eyes and look down at the sky. Now heaven's watching as we join into eternity. Feel the rhythm as it pulls us in, just the beat. It's like we waited our whole lives, we waited our whole lives. It's only you and me tonight, yeah, you and me tonight. You're only you and me can decide, yeah, you and me can decide. It's time for us to open our eyes and look down at the sky. Now we're blazing, so hard there ain't no stopping. you're by my side, I love it. Nothing in this world can hurt me. When you're by my side, I love it. We can leave the world behind us. You make everything about the world so much better.
Fnatic and Mad Lions, I think we're about ready to start train. Oh, wait, it's over already. It's done. It's dusted. 13-2 in the first half and 3 rounds only needed for Fnatic to secure in the second. They actually do it, and they do it with conviction. They make a stand here on the second map of Train after losing the first map of Nuke, 16-7. By new, I mean Nuke, because now we get to look at Mirage, one of Maniac's favorite maps. He'll tell you why in just a few minutes. I've got Potter here with me as well to kind of walk this one home for you. And, you know, I don't think any of us are too skilled with a yo-yo, but this one seems to be coming back.
The yo-yo. Okay, I can see where this is going. Listen, I knew that Fnatic had a better chance. I did not expect them to destroy Mad Lions the way they did. That I did not. I'm not going to stay here pretend I saw that coming. That was a very one-sided affair. What an absolute blunder of a T side. Oh my, was it 13-2? That was insane.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, Christine.
It wasn't pretty at all, and it was really just, I mean, the free loose style coming out of Fnatic. Certainly this was their game plan, because on multiple occasions, I mean, whether it was Flusha, JW, Broland, just peeking through that connector T-Con, and Lions seemed to be caught off guard on multiple occasions. Roy, sure, he had some rounds where he had some control of that Pop Dog E-Box area, but really most of the time he was just getting outplayed, outgunned, and outmaneuvered, and it kind of looked silly coming out of Lions, just because, as I mentioned, Train, it's their comfort pick. They should be aware of these attacks coming out, but they just weren't prepared at all.
And I'm understanding that there's a real chance, real likelihood that we are able to put together a stats helix here in the very near future. But obviously, when we look at this one, oh, wait a minute. Seems like we have a phone call. Who's calling in right now? Who would be calling in mid-map? Hello?
Hello?
Frank C now joining us in the server, of course, in Discord and on the stream. Welcome, Frankie. How have you been? Tell everybody about your whole life. You know, we've all been wondering about what you think of Lily versus Sarah.
So I was born many, many years ago, and Lily is a personal friend of mine. We actually share the same crib, so obviously I am Lily all the way. I've seen Twitch chat has been talking about Lily, and you know what? Just be nice about her, okay?
And Frank Z.
Yeah.
Ironically enough. Now, we're going to continue on the path, Frankie. I brought you on here because a few different reasons. One, just because I love to see your smiling face. And two, just because I think that we could use a little company right now. And moreover, who could use some company are the Mad Lions, who have gotten absolutely pummeled on the second map here of Train. I'm looking at Maniac for a little bit of a response here. We got to look and start to discuss what is the last map of the series. But ultimately, where are we settling? I mean, Mirage is the last one.
Yeah, listen, have you ever seen the last movie? What was it called? Like Godzilla versus, I don't know who, the T-Rex or something? That's how it feels to me. This Mirage map,
I just watched that.
That's what I have in mind. Yeah. You know, that's the one I have in mind. You know, it's like Godzilla going up against a T-Rex on Mirage, because both of these teams have actually looked very good on the map. It's a tough people on both sides. So it's not going to be a whitewash just as we had here. I'm thinking overtime, you know, because 3 maps, overtime, it's usually what we get in these series. So it's going to be definitely more competitive than Train.
Yeah, and I'm still kind of lost in the sauce on this whole T-Rex versus Godzilla movie. Something new you learn every day. Christine, Frankie, what is the take that we're having right now if we just look at this at a very surface level?
Well, Christine, I'll let you go first because I can't see you.
Okay. You know, I think Matthew is right. Mirage, we should surely see this one a lot closer than these first 2 maps. We just saw Fnatic being able to bounce back after a dominant loss on the first map. Same goes for Lions. They're going to be able to do the same thing. Mirage is a comfort pick for them. Bubsky, he should be able to pop off.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Frankie, what's up?
I actually think that Fnatic are getting their character back. And I know that they're in need of a boot camp. I think actually they might have traveled to the same place. They might actually be able to play from the same space now, which means that hopefully we're seeing that chemistry come back together. I know it's been a difficult few months of them being apart from each other and realizing they actually do like being around each other. And so I do think that maybe we're going to see some more cheeky Fnatic action because it's Mirage. Like, if you're not going to see knives from Fnatic, where are you going to see them if it's not Mirage?
I think you're onto something there, Frankie. We've got to jump into the game. You know how this goes. But are there any things that you want to say to maybe the Twitch chat or maybe to everybody out there in the whole wide world that's just watching you smile, looking down the barrel of the camera?
I'm actually moving to Valorant. No, I'm not. I'm coming back to CS.
God.
We're not happy. I love you. I miss you all. Twitch chat, behave yourselves.
That was not the Omega lull that we needed this morning. Thank you so much, Franker Z, for your time. We're going to go ahead and head to a break. We're going to come back. We got Mirage in the cards. Thank you so much for joining us, Frankie. We'll be right back, everybody.
A revolution is on the way. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you get. They tried before, we made them pay.
The culmination of Sweden versus Denmark, Fnatic versus Mad Lions, and Mirage is where we're going to take it. It is the third map. We've had both teams dominantly win their own choices. And Harry, you've flipped, you've flopped, you've gone left, you've gone right, back, forth, up, down, but you're finally repping the Swedish flag for the final map. Is that Fnatic taking a victory?
Yes, here you go. I don't know. I think it is. Like these are the guys who coming into the day that I'd predicted to take this, right? So yeah, I panned it. I changed it to the Danes at one point in time. But we've all panned it at some point, you know, like we've all flip-flopped. But no, I don't know, man. I think Fnatic, we just had Frankie on. She said that she thinks that Fnatic are finding their form again and, you know, like getting their style back. And I think I'm inclined to agree with her.
Well, confident words either way. And do keep in mind, Mad Lions did win a game of Mirage against Fnatic less than a week ago now at this point, 16-10. So that's the last time these two teams played. But you often say that you learn more from a loss than you do for a win. So let's see if that holds true here for Fnatic, and they've actually got a little bit more up their sleeve to show up.
My favorite thing to come out of that whole death segment, by the way, is now like there's this weird debate about how many T-Rexes it would take to beat Godzilla. Let's see though, as this is maybe what this pistol round is a metaphor for, right? Fnatic, they are the Godzilla of our times. And Mad Lions, they're, you know, Lions basically a modern day T-Rex, isn't it? So yeah, over here towards short, it's going to be Asilian trying to hold down the fort, but it's Bubsky to deal with the first man in, and he's looking for a bit more. Brolin gets dealt with as well, and this B-side play that was looking to come through now falls into like a very awkward spot. Flusher's probably dead to this man in Palace who's heard him on this rotation, and that's Flusher gone. There's players wrapping in. This is such a weird pistol round, but it's going to be Mad Lions picking it up almost definitely. Crims is left in a 1v4, and he can't get anything done.
Yeah, already better signs for the individuals of Mad Lions there. Bubsky with 3. He had a decent game on Nuke, but he really, I mean, he and so did everyone else struggled on Train. So finding 3 to start things off with the P2K, Harry. I recently made the switch myself, and I will not be going back anytime soon, I can say that. Fnatic, full Glocks, no plant, and so no chance, as Mad Lions have a pretty decent second round buy, featuring 2 M4s, 2 SMGs, and a FAMAS. Really taking that mid control, and I think this game is going to be somewhat a battle for mid, right? Like getting those splits off, getting up Cat and Con. I think Mad Lions on the CT side are going to be very eager to do these kinds of setups. 3 players initially in middle, watching everything. Fnatic, they are trying to get out the ramp right now, but Acor's swiveling on the stairwell, and Shush is on the site as well. So really no chance for Fnatic to get much done in this round. They are only on blocks, so any kills is going to be nice, but yeah, also probably unlikely. Forget I said anything. The Glock from the ramp kills 1.
Wow, dude, how could you lie to us like that? I thought we had a good rapport going, but apparently not. This second round is locked in for the side of Mad Lions. And now we have the investment for Fnatic ready to come through. Now, either one of these squads at this point feel like they're pretty deserving of the victory here, but I'm hoping that we can see Fnatic kind of bring the heat moving into this first rifle round. And, well, already, Flusher, speaking of heat, he's up close to this Molotov, but it's Roy dishing it out high in supply. Brolin in the Palace will get it back into a 3-on-3, and he's kind of like, plays it safe, right? Doesn't want to overcommit, doesn't want to give away this even odds 3-on-3 that he's worked for. And JW will be there to put this round back in the advantage of the Swedes. However, Asilian trades over towards Cat. And now Fnatic, they've split the offense here. They've moved apart from one another. Golden's taken the bomb into the B site while Brolin is faking out through Palace. And really, he needs a kill or else this just isn't worth it. And he's made a lot of noise. Asilian's going to deal with him. Golden left in the